da mora hlad, to ne ustoji žádnej chlap.
This was a free filing cabinet off Craigslist. Okay, so the metal was all filing cabinet metal for this whole thing. And overall, you only need kind of 3 tools for this whole thing, and that's ball peen hammer, a shear, like a hand shear, and an anvil. Anvil? And also a stump, but I don't know if that's really a tool in this context. I guess it is. In any case, that's what you're gonna need. Pretty basic. Feels a little light. Feels a little light. And the hammer you need isn't anything fancy, just a little $5 16-ounce ball peen hammer from Harbor Freight. We'll get the job done, definitely. The hammer I'm using here is far too heavy. It's a 32-ouncer, 2 pound, and it's just too heavy. You don't need that much. You don't need that much. So here, you want to get the edges flat around the perimeter of your metal, because later on you're gonna want to cut into those edges to cut out your pattern. And if your edge is bent or beaded or any of those things, it makes it really, really hard to get your shear in there. Alright, so here we're just flattening out the edges on the anvil after we did a little rough flattening on the concrete, on the cement. And the anvil, nothing special, just a little 14-pounder from Harbor Freight again. Everything used to be cheap for this build. I don't know if it still is.
Magic.
It's a lot easier to trace onto metal with cardboard than it is with paper. It's a lot easier to trace onto cardboard with paper than nothing. So that's a good reason to use the paper. You know, you want to get a nice patina on your armor, right? You want to get a nice patina going. Get a nice patina going. A nice patina. Something that really feels good, something yummy. You got that nice patina on there, and then you want to wipe it off. Yeah, because it should be deeper than skin deep. Although, in reality, it's not as mature as it should have been. You can definitely go longer. Okay, I'm talking like a month. Get a nice deep, just beneath the surface type of deal, or don't. If you want to polish your armor, that's cool too. I don't like to. I don't want to. It's just more work than you need to employ. So, if you can get a thicker Sharpie than what I'm using here, do so. The thicker the Sharpie, the better. I'm talking like a half-inch wide chisel tip is the ultimate. That's what I did on my earlier armor, and you'll see why. You'll see why. I'll show you, and I'll tell you too. I'll tell you why, and I'll show you why. Wow. Look at that. If you look closely, you can see the rust mites. Incredible. $4 tin snips from Harbor Freight will get the job done better than these. I'm pointing at the... doesn't matter. Cutting corners is very important because if you ever did pepicura when you were younger, or now, whatever, if you ever did pepicura, you'll notice that all of the folded edges, you know, they don't include the corners because the edges come together. If you do include the corners will overlap. And you don't want to do that. That's ugly and will result in some strangeness that and you might just inhibit your ability to fold the edges over. So cut the corners, snip the corners, and when you do the folds, which you'll see, you know, all in piece, all in whatever, you'll see it'll all come together. It all makes sense. Okay, that's why I'm cutting so far outside the line there. Okay, the idea is we're gonna give ourselves like a, call it a seam allowance, but there's no seams. Okay. You'll see. You'll see. It'll all make sense soon. All right. If you've enjoyed this so far, stay tuned for part 2, because it's coming. And you'll see how it's made, how it's done. I'll explain all. I will explain all. See you soon. Okay, how do I stop this? Stop.